Archaeology is one of those things I think most of us in the Cataclysm pre-patch are spending far too much time on. But we're all suckers trying to chase those epics, and some people are having a lot more of a good time than others. I'm not having a good time, but I'm not going to stop. Now, I'm probably a little bit late to the party because I myself have just been enjoying the pre-patch, so the amount of content going out on the channel has been fairly lackluster, but I'm hoping to change that now as I'm getting most of the stuff that I want done out of the way. Now, first of all, if you're leveling Archaeology, or you plan on leveling Archaeology in the next few days, or you've already leveled Archaeology but you're still chasing those epics, there's 3 add-ons that I want to mention first off. You're probably already using them, but if you're not, you absolutely should. That's Gathermate, Minimal Archaeology, and TomTom. Now, altogether, this just makes Archaeology extremely easy. Gathermate will show you where you've already dug up Archaeology fragments, so you can very quickly just look on your map and go, I'll go straight there first and have a dig, see if it's there. If it's not, it points you in a direction, obviously using the red, yellow, green sort of indicators. And then you can look on your map and go, oh, it's probably this one, because you've already been there 27 times beforehand. TomTom gives you the nice arrow, and Minimal Archaeology is what drives where that arrow is going to send you. Now, this just turns Archaeology from something where you need to think a little bit into something where you don't need to think at all, because much like Rested XP where you're following the blue arrow, now with Minimal Archaeology, TomTom and Gathermate, you're following the green arrow. I should have really mentioned Rested XP if you want to pick up your questing guide from 1 to 85, or even your pre-questing ready for 80 to 81. Links in the description below and the pinned comment. It is an affiliate link, so all guides bought go towards supporting the channel, so thank you if you buy a guide. Now, there has just been a blue post going out, so for any of you that have been doing lots of Archaeology, and when I say just, this probably isn't actually going to go out until the day after the blue post, so I'll touch on this first and then get into what I actually want to talk about, as in how to maybe try and force your 359 epic items. So firstly, they've deployed some hot fixes where some of these items that we couldn't solve before will now be solvable. Things like the Innkeeper's Daughter, Scepter of Bronzebeard. Many of these are just uncommon items that are going to go towards being able to unlock achievements. But the Innkeeper's Daughter is basically a toy halfstone, so it frees up a bag slot if you haven't already got the Dark Portal halfstone type thing that you got with the TBC Digital Deluxe Edition. Night Elf can now unlock Wisp Amulet, again, as well as some other minor ones that don't really matter too much, or Bones of Transformation. I suppose that's worth a mention because it is a toy. Pterodax Hatchling is actually 525, so you're not going to be able to get that if you're chasing it with those fossil dig sites and wondering why you can't. You won't actually be able to get that until Cataclysm comes out and you can get to 525. Now, there's lots of information floating around about how to increase your chances of getting the 359 epics. I want to put it out there, I've got none. And by the time I actually record this video, I'm probably well over 700 solves. I'm not going to stop, I'm going to be going the whole pre-patch if that's what I need to do to make sure that I can at least get Zimrock for my Paladin, but preferably I'd like the Staff and the Trinket as well. Now, whilst it's very difficult to say this 100% works, there's a lot of information floating around that actually the first X amount of solves, let's say somewhere between 12 and 20, have got an increased chance when you first hit 450 of being a rare solve. So I know lots of people that have actually proven this to be correct. They've started Archaeology on a second character after doing hundreds and hundreds of solves on their first one, and within about 30-40 minutes of being 450, they're already working on unlocking Zimrock. So if you're kind of bored banging your head against the wall, then maybe trying a second character, getting to 450, and saving as you get close to 450 all of the fragments that you actually want to solve, and then maximising the amount of that race's solves that you do. So don't solve anything else. If you want Zimrock, only solve trolls. Fly around and dig, don't worry about all your other fragments, just keep solving trolls. And then you might get lucky and get it pretty quick. Now, it's very difficult to say whether this 100% works or not, but from people that I've spoke to, they've definitely had positive results. Now, another one that's flying around at the moment is blocking. And what I mean by blocking is actually reducing the chance of you getting dig sites that you don't want. So if there's a dig site that you don't particularly want, go into things like Northrend or even Kalimdor and then get in all of those places that particular dig site. So let's say Night Elf, for example. You don't want Night Elf, so you get Night Elf in all of Kalimdor, you get Night Elf in all of Northrend. Then it looks like it's reducing the chance of getting Night Elf when you're then doing Archaeology in Eastern Kingdoms. Again, it's very difficult to say, oh yeah, 100% this actually works, but what people are doing, it does seem to be having positive results. So if, like me, you're banging your head against the wall and you're just willing to try anything at the moment, give that a shot, because I've kind of noticed good results from it as well. I'm not saying I never get the dig site I don't want, but I'm rarely getting the dig site I don't want, which definitely wasn't the case beforehand. So I do feel like this blocking strat has actually got some legitimacy behind it. Overall, archaeology has been quite a pain in the arse. That's the only way I can put it. That's the only way I can word it, because I've literally spent the last 3 or 4 days doing nothing but archaeology and watching TV series, and I don't intend on stopping, but I just wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that you might be able to try. I'm not personally doing the level archaeology on another character, because I've seen people, I've had links of clips from streams sent to me where people have been like 700, 750 solves, then all of a sudden they just got all of them within like 20 solves. So I'm not giving up. I'm just going to keep going. I hope you're enjoying the pre-patch though, and I hope this might give you a bit of a, I don't know, a better idea of how you can try and make it a little bit less painful. But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.